Hello everyone, it's 10 times, and today I'm going to be playing with a Togekiss Vmax deck, a really cool Pokemon that's actually going to rotate soon as well, which is unfortunate, but it's a Pokemon that was, I think, really good, but didn't really perform up to its potential, unfortunately. But hopefully I'm going to be able to kick it up today, so it will perform really well. And pretty much the main attacker here, and the only attacker, is Togekiss VMAX with Max Glide, which does 120 damage, and you search for 2 cards and put them into your hand. So that's really good, because you can search for anything and just be able to be pretty consistent. And hopefully your opponent doesn't Marnie you, but there isn't as much Marnie right now, so that's hopefully not going to happen. And you can pay that using double turbo energy, which allows you to pay the attack with just 1 attachment. You do 20 less, though, so in order to make up for that, we have Choice Belt against multi-prize Pokemon. We also have Research on Marnie, pretty standard stuff. And Gusting, and also Energy Denial with Crushing Hammer, Disruption with Path to the Peak, Cross Switcher to Gust as well, and just some different options here. So, yeah, that's pretty much the deck. The goal is to disrupt. The goal is to heal, and then hopefully we're able to beat our opponent slowly but surely. I'm a bit nervous about. I haven't played it in this meta much, but I think the deck's pretty good, and it shouldn't get one-shotted too much. Although decks like Giratina might be able to one-shot us. We get to go first here, though, so that's really good. And a lot of single players won't necessarily be able to compete with us. And we play a 1 Val VIP pass, lucky enough to get it in our opening hand, although we can also Cramomatic for it or get rid of it with Cramomatic, so that's mainly why it's here. The big thing I'm worried about is hitting those special energies, though. So let's see if we're able to do that. Obviously, we don't have a special energy just yet, and we can't really get one with this hand. So let's see what our opponent's rocking. Probably... It might be like there's a lot of Lost Box. It could be a variety of things, but we had a Professor's Research. No, looks like it is Lost Box, so that's fine. We're going to grab a couple of Togekisses. I guess I'll check my prizes as well. We prized Choice Belts, I guess, and something else. A Researcher. It doesn't really matter. But going to go ahead and pass it over because we don't need to do anything else here. And so they shouldn't be able to KO us here. I'd be shocked if they do. And we can go ahead. Oh, and we play for a Pal Pad. I didn't mention that earlier. So we can recover our Sharon's Cares and loop them for, well, not forever, but until we win. Looks like they play Radiant Greninja. This could be Giratina V-Star, which is a bit concerning because they might be able to one-shot us. But hopefully they don't do that. Let's see. My opponent went and got rid of Manaphy and Mirage Gate, so they probably got some decent cards off of that. Sharon's Carrot got another Battle VIP pass, so maybe we'll get a bit more insight to exactly what their deck is. It's Hisuian Gudra V-Star. Oh no, this is very scary because we will struggle to get through them a lot. But they'll struggle to get through us as well, so who knows how this is going to go. They also probably don't play a ton of Disruption, so that's good for us. And let's see what they're going to be able to do here as well. Path to the Peak could be good in this matchup, so we can just disrupt them a bit more. Although they can just, in Big Charm, they get this like a massive amount of HP. Escape Rope. Wow, their deck is blinged out a decent amount. Nothing like absurd, but a decent amount of bling on their side. I keep it pure on my side of the board. Let's see what they're gonna go with here, though. Gudra's a really strong deck. If you don't know what Hisuian Gudra does, there's the V, but then it evolves into a V-Star. And the V-Star essentially says you take, like, a lot less damage. And they're going to go ahead and attack us with Cramorant, which attacks for free because they have 4 cards into the Lost Zone, so that's fine. And now they probably won't attack us next turn. So go ahead and get rid of, I think, that Escape Rope. We don't really want that. And we flip heads as well. So I really like that. And I don't hate grabbing, I definitely like grabbing this double turbo energy here. Now we could probably evolve this. Well, we're definitely going to evolve this active Togekiss. The question is, do we attach to it? And I think the answer is yes here. So they probably won't KO us next turn, and that's my idea. And we can get rid of these cards as well and get our third Vmax into play. Although we only need 2. but we want to cycle them as best as we can. And we hit Big Charm, so that's really good. We can go ahead and get a bit of extra HP. We don't KO them here, which is unfortunate, which is what I was worried about in this matchup in particular. However, we could grab Crushing Hammer, but I think what we most want is Sharon's Care to recover our Pokemon. We have a Palpad in hand already. They probably won't remove that energy either. So I'll grab Sharon's Care, Crushing Hammer. That seems fine. If they KO us, that's really bad. But I think the likelihood of that's pretty much 0, so I'm not too worried. They need to remove our tool. Or, yeah, they need to pretty much remove our tool and get like a Mirage Gate and attach and do all this other stuff. So we will be able to probably take the first prize here. And they'll, or there's a chance they attack with Goodra, but they won't be able to get the KO, so that's okay. We would like to get past the Peek and Play at some point as well, but if we stop him from attacking with Crushing Hammer, that's really important. And we could, well, I was going to say we could do Choice Bell, but both of our Choice Bells are prized. They might burn through their resources too quickly, though, and not be able to make much progress. We're going to see them get their first Goodra V-Star, and I'll show it to you now. They're going to scoop up net. Unfortunately, which heals them as well, which I obviously knew that that was something that could come in, could happen here. But they're going to go ahead and make that play. And so Goodra V-Star, it does 200, and it takes 80 less from damage next turn, which is absolutely insane. And it also has a V-Star power that means it heals itself completely, which is also pretty crazy. Yeah, they got quite a few gold cards here, but let's see, can their play match their cards? I find usually it cannot. That is why I play not gold cards, though, because I am bad. Not that bad, though. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. They accelerate, but we can Crushing Hammer that off. So I really like that. We got Sharon's Care as well. Oh, and Top Decked Path. I really like that. Gonna try to get rid of that Metal Energy. Tails there, unfortunately. Another Tails. A bit unlucky. However, we can obviously Sharon's Care this back up. Send this into the active. You want to probably bulk up if we can. And we also want to Palpad back those Sharon's Cares. And we play 4 Palpad, so we're not going to run out of Sharon's Cares most likely in this game. Yeah, Big Charm the active. And I'll go ahead. As I said, the energy should stay there. So I'll grab a Cross Switcher and a Sharon's Care. We prized a Palpad, I think, but we should probably take that by the time we've used like 8 Sharon's Cares. So we're going to grab a Cross Switcher so we can hopefully start Cross Switching our opponents up. And hopefully start grabbing some knockouts. As I said, though, this will be a very grindy game because Goodra V-Star is just so tanky and Togekiss Vmax is so tanky. Honestly, we might only have one game today. We'll see. I do know my videos tend to drag on a bit. So sorry about that. I'll probably just do this one match. But it shows off how the deck tanks so much, especially in this current meta. And my opponent only has 15 cards left as well. So that's really insane. And hopefully we get something stuck in the active. The fact that we flip double tails on hammers is pretty bad. But it's certainly very possible that we get something stuck in the active. Or we just heal enough turns till they deck out. I'm going to go ahead with Goodra now. Obviously doing a bunch of damage, but we can heal that off. Oops, clicked on my discard pile there. Not quite what I wanted to do. Sharon's Care, though. You can hit him for, not enough damage, but that's okay. Double Turbo. Big Charm that active. Evolve the bench. I'll play the Togekiss, and I'll actually Big Charm this Togekiss V here as well. Gonna go ahead. Max Glide. 20 damage. So, yeah, we're not really getting through this anytime soon. However, we can go ahead, grab another Sharon's Care, and grab another Cross Switcher to hopefully stall them out some turns here. We'll probably need to give up a prize, unfortunately, at some point. But as I said, I'm not too worried about it. So you can go ahead, grab Healing, grab that Gusting. And your opponent's going to be like, okay, what do I do now again? And they're a bit scared, I imagine. Although they're certainly going to be doing more damage every turn, as I said. But yeah, Crystal Cave. Okay, they're healing off all the damage again. Very unfortunate. But that's fine. We can get back into it. And I'm thinking what I want to gust. We top deck Sharon's Care, so that's pretty nice. I'm tempted to try and gust that Hisuian Gudra V-Star on the bench. That obviously could be very strong. However, there's also the issue of they might just be able to Melanie and get that powered up, or Mirage Gate and get that powered up, and that's unfortunate if that happens. But I think we go for that play. Got a Sharon's Care first, though. And send up the Togekiss Vmax, especially with that free retreat. It's really nice. And actually, I really want Path to the Peak here. We flipped tails again, though. Really unfortunate. So, I'll send up this Vmax, I guess. Gonna obviously stick another Big Charm on that V there. And I suppose we'll hit into them essentially for no effect. But we can search our deck for some cards. They're gonna obviously... Crystal Cave heals their Pokemon, so they're gonna heal. But we can grab a Path to the Peak. And we can grab a Palpad as well. So that's pretty cool. Not cool for my opponent, unfortunately. But there's a reason I'm sitting here and my opponent's sitting there. So I imagine at some point they're probably going to Melanie. But they're a bit concerned about decking out, I have to imagine. So I wonder if they have ways of shuffling their hand back into their deck, or if they can't do that. Okay, luckily that's all they get. So we can theoretically Escape Rope and then Cross Switcher. That feels a bit silly. I'm tempted just to try and grab a KO with Escape Rope, but they'll probably just send up Comfy. It doesn't feel bad playing Escape Rope here, though, I don't think. So I'll play that and see what they send up. If they send up the Gudra, that's exactly what we want them to send up. If they send up anything else, like, yeah, the Radiant Greninja is the only Pokemon that we don't want to hit into. I'm not shocked that they send that up. I don't hate them. I don't hate that that's being sent into the active, though, either, because now that might get stuck. We don't play Galar Mine, which I was considering adding to this deck, but yeah, we don't play that, which would increase their retreat cost, so maybe I should add that in. But I don't feel too bad about the possibility of getting them stuck in the active, and also getting some damage on them is pretty nice. We can grab, let's see, recover those Sharon's Cares now. Imagine my opponent's not too happy about that there. Drop that Path as well, so hopefully force them to play another Stadium at some point. And I'll Max Glide as well. So we might get prizes on the board. More likely they'll just scoop up net here. But I'm not too worried. And I was going to grab Double Crushing Hammer. I'll grab Sharon's Care Crushing Hammer, though. That's fine. I could grab Sharon's Care and that other Palpad. That feels okay as well. I'll do that. No, I'll do Sharon's Care, Crushing Hammer. And hopefully we can knock off an energy and stop them from attacking for a turn. If they miss attacks, then they're in a really bad spot. They're not making progress in the game either. I wonder how much Gust they have. They're down 0 boss, it looks. Oh, no, they're down 1 boss. So they might struggle to take all their prizes here. We might be able to buy an extra turn or two. Yeah, we see the scoop up net by them. But... yeah, bit scary. They're down. Oh, they're going to boss's orders? Then they have the Lost Vacuum, but that doesn't necessarily help them in the prize trade a lot either. So I actually really like that play for me, because we're going to be in a bit of a safer spot going forwards here. We don't need to Sharon's Care here either. And I absolutely love this for me. We don't have boss here, which I really would have loved, but I'm not, as I said, too worried about it either. We'll send up, obviously, this Togekiss as well. Let's see. Pokegear, I'd love to hit boss's orders, and we do. Okay, that's great. Now I'll gust up that Gudra, and we can actually get some real damage on them as well, so that's really nice. And I think we want to save the Crushing Hammers for later, so we can hopefully punish them and get them in a spot where they run out of energy completely. Going to go ahead and search for, of course, some more cards. We don't want to deck out, but I'm not too concerned about it either. I'll grab this Palpad and this Crushing Hammer, so we can recycle our cards even more. You can hear my evil laughter coming through here as well. The big issue is we might get down to only one Togekiss Vmax, which is really bad. So the fact that they KO'd the V there and we're down another is scary. But it doesn't mean we lose or anything. Oh, another Crystal Cave. It's not that bad, though. They got a Rolling Iron, but they hit the Vmax with the Big Charm, which is actually really important for us. Means we can Sharon's Care. And I'll try to Crushing Hammer off that Metal Energy as well. We hit a head. Okay, so that's really nice. I'm going to go ahead for that Sharon's Care again. And we don't have as much maneuverability as we did before, but we still have a bunch. Go ahead and Palpad those Sharon's Cares back again. And now they can't do anything. And you obviously see the pattern here. I'll Big Charm the bench. Attaches active. We are taking quite some time here, but not worried, as I said. And I want to punish them, get a path down to mess with them, and a Sharon's Care, of course, to heal again. And we're getting quite a big hand, but we still have a much bigger deck than our opponents. Twice as big, in fact, or over twice as big. Big Crystal Cave. That's going to probably heal off all their Gudras completely, but that's fine. And so now they're still going to struggle to take their last prizes here. And I'm really happy about this. So, excuse me. I'm feeling a bit under the weather still. But, okay, so they just passed. And I'm really happy with that. We could boss again, but there's no need to do that. I think I want to Path to the Peak to, yeah, we should have another Path to the Peak still. Sorry if I tapped the microphone there. But, we can evolve that as well. And now, unfortunately, we have the Big Charm, not exactly where we'd like it. But, as I said, I'm not too worried. And we could pass, actually. I could retreat and pass the turn over. But I think I'd like to hit into them and do some actual damage. They are down 2 stadiums and a Lost Remover. So Lost Vacuum. I keep saying Lost Remover. That is definitely not the right card. But, yeah, that's all they're down. Realistically, I don't think I'm going to win this game off of prizes. So I'm actually going to go ahead here and retreat and pass the turn over to hope that I can get them stuck, and then we'll just deck them out. Because we're not winning this game through prizes. They're going to KO us first. They have an energy, unfortunately, but they're just going to hit into us. So I'll take that. Now, let's see. Another Crushing Hammer heads would be huge, but it's a tails. Is that our last hammer? That is, which is really unfortunate. See, Sharon's Care, obviously. You want to save this Togekiss for as long as possible. I'll drop... how many boss do they have? I'm still wondering. They're down... Still, is it just the 2 boss? Yeah, 2 boss. They might have another left in deck. So I'll go ahead, stick this Big Charm down. Let's see, and we're not gonna guess this turn. We don't need to do that. So, I guess I was considering doing it, but obviously we didn't end up doing guessing there. So, that's fine. We don't really do any real damage, but we can grab Past the Peak, Boss's Orders, I think. That boss could be really good here. So, I'll grab... do we need that Past the Peak? Yeah, if they drop Training Court, we need to be able to counter it. And they might play it, so they probably don't. But with the Radiant Greninja, that could be a card they play. Yeah, again, sorry for the long game, but I think this game's are really good. It teaches you how to play the game. They're going to drop a Fantina, which means they take less damage, but that doesn't really matter because we're not like actually doing much damage anyway. So I'm happy. I don't mind them dropping that. We can go ahead. We hit another double turbo, so that's pretty cool. And I think I cross switcher up this other Gudra into the active, actually. Send that up. I can Sharon's Care as well. Do we need to do that this turn? Yeah. We wanna heal the guys. pop this other Togekiss into play, and they're not going to play a card like Echoing Horn to mess with us. That's fine. Gonna hit them for some real damage now. Or no, sorry, no real damage, because the Fantina affects all their Pokemon. All their Pokemon take 120 less damage if they have a certain number of cards in the Lost Zone, which obviously they do. Gonna get another Sharon's Care in that Cross Switcher. But as I said, we're still ahead in terms of the prizes. Or not in the prizes. We're behind in the prizes. Ahead in deck count, though. So we're gonna need to scratch out... Sorry, I bumped it again. Scratch out a few more turns, though. And I don't have to search my deck, so I'm going to evolve here. Certainly doing that. I'll attach, and I don't even want any cards from my deck here. And I don't actually want to put damage as well, because I don't want to take prizes in case they play a Roxanne. So I'll just pass the turn over. And so now they're going to go ahead, and they're looking for energy. They're down. Okay, they got another big charm, but that's kind of useless. They're going to pass again. We hit an Ultra Ball, that's fine, so I can pass. They're down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 energy. Don't want to do that. I'll pass again, of course. And now they only have 3 cards left. So if they have a Marnie or something, they can recycle their deck, but they hit an energy, which is unfortunate, of course. But we can still keep healing, so that's fine. Gonna obviously go ahead, cross switcher up that Kofi, this one here. That doesn't feel bad at all. Obviously send that up. Sharon's Care again to heal. And that, I believe, is our last Sharon's Care. Did we prize one? I don't really remember. But we're not going to go search. I'll play this Pokegear. See if we got 1 Sharon's Care left in deck. So grab that straight into my hand. Big Charm up the bench as we always do. Double Turbo and pass. So now my opponent needs another Energy or a Scoop Up Net, which they probably have. But now they're obviously really low in cards. So they're going to go ahead and hit into us again. And they need some way of reshuffling their deck. Otherwise they just lose. So, okay, and they scoop. Yes. That was quite a long game. See the time? It does not. But yeah, no, there's their lovely looking deck list. They did not play Training Court, so yeah, we were able to deck him out there. It did say the time. Did it say 21 minutes? Okay, yeah, that's Togekiss for you. Togekiss control, and apparently it is still good. I was nervous about those Cramorants, but just as a control deck, it's good. Although Galarmine could be good here as well. So I'll consider adding that. Maybe dropping a Battle VIP pass, which just feels a little weird. Maybe those choice spells, which also feel a little weird. Overall, this deck's insane. Try this out. Deck list in the description, as always. If you liked it, like and subscribe, all that good stuff. And as always, I'm excited to see you all in the next video.